Number 14. Connor talked on his phone for 1 hour, 12 minutes. He talked to his grandmother for 14.5 minutes. He talked to his aunt for 17.25 minutes. He talked to Marilyn the rest of the time. For how many minutes did he talk to Marilyn? Number 15. The table shows the distances that 4 frogs jumped during a contest. How many centimeters farther did Hopkins jump than Pokey? Well, we have to see that Hopkins jumped 3.5 meters. Pokey jumped 1 meter. And it does ask in centimeters. So we're going to need to refer to our best friend, our pink mathematics chart or reference materials, and see that 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. Okay, with that in mind, Pokey's 1 meter would be 100 centimeters, is Pokey. And then 3.5 meters for Hopkins would be 350 centimeters for Hopkins. So we would need to find how much farther they jumped. We would do subtraction. 350 minus 100 to get 250. I don't know if that's on the screen. 250. D. The reason I worked this is we have not yet gone through converting measurements. Number 16. Which input-output table represents the points on the coordinate grid? Number 17. Mrs. Ramos will purchase a new cell phone for each of her 48 employees. If each cell phone costs $245, how much will Mrs. Ramos pay for the phones all together? Number 18. Luther and Ping each weighed 3 library books on a scale. Luther's books weighed 2.068 pounds, or 2 68 pounds, and Ping's books weighed 2 700 pounds, or 2.07, which shows a correct comparison of the weights of the books. Number 19. Which numeric expression simplifies to a value of 8? Number 20. Landon and his brother Travis want to buy a video game that costs $49.80. Their father will pay half of the cost of the game. Landon and Travis will pay the other half. If Landon and Travis split their half of the cost equally, how much will each brother pay? Number 21. Haley made and baked 6 cakes and 8 pies for a bake sale. She spent 45 minutes making each cake and 70 minutes making each pie. What is the total number of minutes Haley spent making cakes and pies? Number 22. Jovita will simplify the expression shown below to find how many pieces of melon she will have if she slices 7 cantaloupes into thirds. 7 divided by 1/3. What is the value of the expression? Number 23. Christy wrote the number sentence shown here. 3.455, or 3 455 thousandths, divided by 5 equals 691 thousandths, or 0.691. which shows the quotient rounded to the nearest tenth. Number 24. Look at the triangle shown here. Which is the best estimate of the perimeter of the triangle in centimeters? Number 25. Mr. Nader planted 14 rows of bean plants in early spring. Each row had 24 bean plants. A month later, insects destroyed 7 plants, and disease destroyed 8. Which equation can be used to find B, the number of bean plants Mr. Nader had then? Number 26. Carlos drew the diagram below. He labeled one subset nonspecific. Which figure is an example of a nonspecific quadrilateral? Well, this big umbrella has all of these as quadrilaterals. Okay, a quadrilateral is a 4-sided polygon, and then a subset of quadrilaterals here would be parallelograms, which contains rectangles, squares, and rhombuses. Then we have a different subset of trapezoids and nonspecific. Okay, looking at my answer choices, F, this figure shows that there is one set of parallel lines, and I know that this is a trapezoid. I'll label that trapezoid. G, there is one pair of parallel lines and another pair of parallel lines here. We call this a parallelogram. So neither of these are nonspecific. H has 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4. None of them are parallel, so it's not a trapezoid or a parallelogram, but it is a quadrilateral. I'm thinking this may be nonspecific. We'll put a check mark just in case. J. Well, J has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, and I know a 6-sided polygon is a hexagon. H.